Hi everybody. I have another reaction for you. I've been trying to learn more about this genre called nu metal. Apparently, people loved it back in the day, but the critics and the gatekeepers hated it. So I'm trying to figure out what this music is and why we had so many reactions from people. All right, so let's check it out. This is Linkin Park, crawling. Yeah, crawling. All right. A lot of atmospheric sounds. Sounds like electronic music. It's a piano, the violins.
There's something inside me that pulls beneath the surface, consuming, confusing. This lack of self-control I fear is never ending, controlling. I can't seem to find myself again. My walls are closing in.
Not a sense of confidence. I'm convinced that there's just too much pressure to take.
I felt this way before, so insecure. Crawling in my skin. These wounds, they will not heal. Fear is how I fall. Confusing what is real. Just come.
All right, so what do we have here? This is like an electronic song. It has a lot of like piano and synths, and then it has even a sucked-in effect, like that brings you to a different section. They do that in electronic music all the time. But yeah, it has a lot of hip hop elements. The brown guy, well, I don't know what race he is, but he has a he's rapping. He's like he's singing his line. He's not singing his lines. He's rapping. He's doing his hip hop. It sounds really cool. Also, the beat sounds like a lot of hip hop, and sounds super cool. I really love the music. Now the singing. The singing is amazing. This guy, oh my god, he can sing with a clean tone, so nice, and then starts screaming with the growling sound, but not like death metal, but with the growling sound, and it sounds super cool. And that takes a lot of technique, and also his range. Oh my god, he's singing notes that are super high, which is amazing. Yeah, I think this guy is a tenor, but he experiences a lot also with countertenor notes. But yeah, I think he's probably one of the best singers in this rock and heavy metal of all time. He's just amazing. All right, so I want to read a little bit of the lyrics so that we can understand what he's talking about. So I have the lyrics over here. Not there, up here. All right, so there you go. So it says, crawling in my skin, these wounds, they will not heal. Fear is how I fall. I read that this phrase right here, fear is how I fall, is actually a mistake. What they actually meant to say is fear is powerful. But the producer who was producing this song misheard it and changed the lyrics to "Fear is how I fall," and and that's how we got this line, "Fear is how I fall." But still, I think it still expresses the same message though. Confusing what is real. So crawling in my skin. Okay, so Chester Bennington was talking about his addiction with drugs. He had an addiction with methamphetamines and cocaine and I don't know, other drugs, and he felt like this addiction was like crawling in his skin, and then these wounds, they will not heal. I guess it's like I cannot heal from this addiction, and I'm falling back into that need to get high. Fear is high. Fall with I'm starting to feel fear. A lot of drug addicts feel fear because they don't know if they're gonna die after the high goes down. Like, for example, people who are addicted to heroin, fentanyl, or other drugs like that, or I don't know, benzodiazepines. If when the drug dries out, they fear death. Confusing what is real. So everything is getting distorted because of this addiction, these feelings in the skin. However, the song also shows a different emotion. No, actually, the girl in this video is a girl that is abused by her father, and she's experiencing all these emotions, not necessarily drug addiction, but emotions of anxiety, pain, anger. So it's like crawling in my skin. Uh, this actually more personal to me because I did struggle a lot with anxiety and panic attacks and all of that. I had anxiety disorders, and so this is how I feel crawling in my skin when you have that anxiety, that fear inside you. It just feels like it's crawling in your skin. These wounds, they will not heal. Back to the girl, probably she got beaten by her father, and those wounds are still there, or maybe just psychological scars, like I don't know, getting screamed at, being called stupid, or something harmful. That could also mean that. Okay, so let's continue reading. There's something inside me that pulls beneath the surface, consuming, confusing. So again, he's talking about like those sensations in your body that are consuming him, confusing him. This lack of self-control and fear is never ending. Controlling, I can't seem. Well, controlling. Let's stop there. Lack of self-control. So when you're an addict to something, even if it's like porn or like sugary drinks, and you know they're harmful to you, and you can't stop yourself from doing it. What happens is like it feels like you're being controlled by something else, something that is not you. You want to control these things with your own mind, but you can't because they're just so powerful. I can seem to find myself again. My walls are closing in. I can find myself again. I'm an addict. I'm just I'm in anxiety. Like, for example, people who suffer from PTSD or some other anxiety disorders. They were one person before, and after the anxiety came in, they became a different person. So I can find myself again, and it's really difficult, to be honest, because things that were not causing fear in the past and that everybody experienced normally, now they cause fear in you, cause anxiety, whether it's social anxiety, anxiety for other reasons, but they do change the person. My walls are closing in, so you feel like everything is just coming to an end and you're being trapped. And then the rapper sings this part: without a sense of confidence, I'm convinced there's just too much pressure to take. Okay, so yeah, people who struggle with addiction or anxiety, they lose confidence, and it's like this guy saying is there's too much pressure to take. Like, for example, people who experience panic attacks feel like they have to lay down and do their breathing exercises because it feels like too much to handle. And yeah, so self confidence does it just disappears to a certain extent or completely. It's because you don't trust yourself anymore. You think that you're gonna experience anxiety and you're not gonna be able to handle it. Or if it's a drug addict, it's like, okay, I don't have any confidence. If I get put in the situation where somebody has something, I just gonna want it too. Like, for example, you're with your friends and they're getting high, you're just gonna want it and you're not gonna be able to stop. Or also alcoholics, they also struggle with that. I felt this way before, so insecure. So again, it keeps coming and keeps coming to that addiction. Okay. And then again, the chorus repeats, crawling in my skin, these wounds, they will not heal. Fear is how I fall, confusing what is real. So again, this sensation in his skin that he feels that is crawling is like the addiction for drugs. For people who struggle with anxiety, is the anxiety feeling in their skin. And yeah, so probably this girl on the video is also experiencing anxiety too, because when somebody beats you, somebody abuses you, what happens is that every time you come close to that person, you feel anxiety. And yeah, and anxiety is fear of being harmed again. And it breaks your soul. All right, so let's continue watching the video and listening to the song.
Endlessly has pulled itself upon me, distracting.
Okay, actually, let's.
It's real. Discomfort endlessly has pulled itself upon me, distracting, reacting. Against my will, I stand beside my own reflection. It's haunting how I can't seem to find myself again. My walls are closing in.
Not a sense of confidence. I'm convinced that there's just too much pressure to take.
I felt this way before. So insecure.
Wow.
Crawling in my skin. These wounds, they will not heal. Fear is how I fall. Confusing what is real. Crawling in my skin. These wounds, they will not heal. Fear is how I fall. Confusing what is real. Confusing what is Confusing what is real.
Wow. Wow. So, look at it. She finally escaped those sensations, and that's why she's smiling. So it's actually a positive song, to be honest. At the end, it's like you can actually escape from those sensations. Yeah, so another thing that I've noticed is that he can hold Chester Bennington. He can hold the notes for a very long time while he's screaming. It's just amazing, to be honest. He holds it with the growl on his throat, and as he's screaming, it's just amazing. This guy is an insane singer, insane. Yeah, and then the guy, I really like how they interchange. He's singing and then the other guy is rapping, or he's screaming and the other guy is rapping. It's so cool. It's amazing. I don't understand why some people hated this music. It's like the most amazing music ever. And the lyrics are super deep. Look at what we're talking about. We're talking about like people with anxiety, people with who have suffered abuse, people who have drug addictions. It's super deep. Anyway, so let's continue reading. Since discomfort endlessly has pulled itself upon me, distracting, reacting. Against my will, I stand beside my own reflection. It's hunting how I can seem. Okay, so up till there. So okay, so the discomfort, the endlessly has pulled upon me, distracting, reacting. So he's just a mess. He's been turned into a mess, distracting. Again, with the anxiety, sometimes you feel like so distracted. You feel like people get different sensations, but this is one that I experience a lot. Is pinpoint focus. Like nothing around me exists, only the one thing that I'm focusing on, and that's because I'm paying attention too much to the sensations in my body, which are telling me that I'm in danger, that something's wrong, and that's how it feels. Against my will, I stand beside my own reflection. It's haunting. So against my will, I don't know. He was standing over there in front of a mirror. Um, he looks in the mirror against his will. Probably it's also depression. It's like that he doesn't even want to look in the mirror. Beside my own reflection is haunting. So he hates what he sees. He hates what he's feeling. It's just a lot of pain. And then I can seem to find myself again. My walls are closing in. Again, it's repeating now. This is the pre-chorus, and yeah, so the walls are closing in. Everything is just being turned upside down without a sense of confidence. I'm convinced there's just too much pressure to take. So yeah, again, it's too much pressure to take. It's just those sensations are too much. You can overcome, and of course at the end he's going to overcome them. She's going to overcome them in this song. This song, I don't know. Maybe if she was being raped by her father, every time her father knocked on the door or she heard that noise in the door, somebody trying to get in, she would freak out, she would panic, she would feel like terrible. And yeah, he was coming in and doing his thing to her. Then again, I felt this way before, so insecure. So he's been in that situation. She's been in that situation before, and now it's coming back again. Then the chorus, crawling in my skin. These wounds they will not heal. Fears how I fall, confusing what is real. Again, the crawling in the skin, the sensation of like I need the drug, or maybe that sensation of anxiety in your body that is crawling in your skin. It just feels horrible. These wounds they will not heal. Maybe the wounds that she received from the beatings from her father, or the screaming, the insults. Fears how I fall, confusing what is real. And again, not being able to see what reality is because you're in so much pain and so much discomfort. Then again, crawling in my skin, repeats the chorus. There is something inside me that pulls beneath the surface, consuming, confusing what is real. So again, there's just something that keeps pulling him, and you cannot see it, but it's there. He feels it, she feels it. It's in their skin. They feel it in their skin. It's actually their body. Consuming. It's just consuming them. It's just too much in there that is causing them all this harm. This lack of self-control, I fear, is never ending, controlling, confusing what is real. So even though he wants to control himself, he can't. He falls onto his knees, and there he goes again with that addiction for meth, that addiction for coke, that addiction for any other drug. And for people who struggle with anxiety or PTSD or something like that, they fall for it again. There's the situation, they feel the anxiety, and maybe they pull out of the situation. If you struggle with anxiety, you're not supposed to pull out of the situation. You just have to suck it up, and it sucks, but that's actually the way you overcome anxiety. Yeah, so that's the song. What do you guys think? Is it nu metal? I actually do think this is nu metal. It has those elements of hip hop. It has a lot of rapping. The beat is actually like a hip hop beat, but a little bit more mixed with EDM. Yeah, so this is a great song. It's amazing, super deep. This guy's in unbelievable singer. Possibly, if not the best, one of the best of all time in rock and heavy metal. Alright, friends. Oh, by the way, this was a request by somebody in the comments. So leave your comments below. I read them. I love it. I love him. And appreciate it very much. Hope to see you next time. See you. Bye.